Sheila, thanks for having coffee with me and all your agents.
Thank you. My pleasure.
That coffee's excellent. This is really fun for me, but it's not about me. Okay. The video we did last week about showing more buyers short sale properties because the process is not taking so long has gotten a little activity. And it's funny that the question is now, I'm unfamiliar with short sales, and my buyer and I have helped a buyer find a property they like, and they're going to put in an offer, but they have a laundry list of things that they want done to the house like a normal transaction. They want it painted, the carpet changed. What does the bank pay for, and what don't they pay for?
You got to remember who the players are and what their responsibility is. The bank is a third party. They are not the seller. So if you, as a buyer, are walking into a transaction and want carpet replaced and credit for appliances or painting done or the roof replaced or repaired or a furnace, replaced or repaired, you're asking the seller for this to be done,
okay,
not the lender. Any short sale is an as-is transaction. So you as a buyer have the right to do an inspection. You have the right to cancel that contract if you do your inspection and find out all of these things that need to be done in order to have, a sound property to purchase. But you've got to remember that the seller, chances are the seller has no money to take care of those repairs, and the lender is not going to repair them or replace anything because they're not the seller. So when you are a buyer, you need to know that first and foremost, it's an as-is transaction, that you must, absolutely do have an inspection done. But then you got to determine, do I want to proceed with the sale or do I want to terminate the contract? Because if it's a roof and it's a furnace and it's radon or whatever it is that could possibly be health and safety, if you, the buyer, don't have the funds to take care of that after closing, this transaction's not going to work because, again, the lender pays for no repairs. Now, I've had very few, maybe 2% of our short sales that have went through where the lender has allowed credit or a repair to be done, but that is the exception to the rule. That does not happen out there in the market today.
Now, those exceptions are, what are they? Make the property livable?
No, it's a roof replacement, and it's a second lien holder that really wants to get this deal done and to get some money in the transaction because they know that they're in second position. They're going to get wiped out as soon as it goes to foreclosure. Then you have a first mortgage that just wants to get rid of the property. They want to dump it. They don't want it as inventory. So they're going to have a little more motivation. But again, you can always go to the lender and you can ask them. But I would say 99.9% of the time, the answer is going to be no. It's an as-is transaction. Most lenders have you sign an addendum to the contract stating, it's an arm's length transaction, it's an as-is transaction, and that the buyer will retain the property for at least 90 days after the sale. Okay. So those are really the normal stipulations of a short sale.
Okay, so again, it's based on the the BPO on the value of the property. I'm assuming that whoever does the BPO on the property takes into consideration that we're pricing this property not as after repairs price market value, but its current market value in its current condition, period.
Well, that's the way that they should.
Right.
Do they? I can't say for sure if they do, because we still get BPOs that are overvaluing the properties, not taking into consideration because they may not have all the information. They may not know that there's a structural issue. They may not know that there's a roof issue. So the information that they've been given, if anything, that's what they're going to base it on, and really base it on the comps that are out there.
On these BPOs, are they getting access to the property and going inside like they should, or?
90% of the time, okay. Yeah. Just a few lenders do drive-bys, but then they turn around and do interiors. So right. Drive-bys are really not that accurate, because you need to really see the inside of the property.
So again, you suggest the listing agent show up for the appointment
Yes.
when the BPO is being done?
Yes, critical that they are there when that's being done. So they can give all of the information about this property that they know, how long they've had it on the market, what the listing history is, you know, and if there's any issues with regards to that property.
Great. And as always, you welcome calls from buyers agents to explain the process so that we can put everybody at peace of mind that this is going to close.
Absolutely.
All
Yes, yes.
Again, awesome information. Thanks for meeting with us.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a great week.